Peace and love, creatives. Today we are going to try oil pastels. This is the first time we're getting into it. I was asked to showcase these oil pastels by Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, however you want to say it. And I had decided to get another set of oil pastels, just not to complement these, to maybe see the difference, but also they were offering, these were like super inexpensive, so I picked them up, but they were offering these tools with them, and I figured this is just like tape to like make a border, but this is like to hold the actual pastel if you don't want to hold it like itself, or maybe it's too short and you want something with that makes it a little bit longer. It also came with a sharpener if I want to sharpen it, and I honestly have no idea what this is. I think it's maybe to cap this off. I'm not sure. Maybe it's to cap it here. Yeah, to kind of like make the grip. Okay. Then this is just like a little palette knife to kind of like smooth it on if I want to. I also purchased these. Again, not expensive, and plenty of things that I can do with them, not just pastel, but what they are is silicone tipped paintbrushes. I'll open it up so you can see. Let's just take one out for now. It's like a powder on it. I don't know what that is. Okay. It's not coming off. But they're rubbery. They're silicone tip. They're not a paintbrush. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let me just make sure. There we go. Okay. So they're like a rubbery tip. And yeah. So we have that. And I have various sizes in that. And then these are like chunkier, so like small, medium, large sizes. And then they came with these dotting tools. I don't need them for this, but I do plan on making a clay. I plan on using clay in the future. So I definitely will be using it for more than just this. I'm just going to take, I'm going to use this one actually. This one kind of looks like a paintbrush, which is pretty cool, and I don't know if I might need it. And then I think I'm going to do this one, kind of looks like a lipstick applique. Like, you know, like, okay. And I'll put the rest away. It also came with this paper. I am not sure what kind of paper it is. I'm guessing it's pastel paper. It has a little bit of texture on one side, and then it's smoother on the other side. I am not going to use this paper. I'm going to use different paper. And first thing I want to do is swatch them out. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So I have silicone brushes just to kind of like maybe smooth something out that I want to smooth out. Palette knife if I want to like place it on and kind of like make it a little bit thicker, or if I want to take a piece of some of the oil pastel and place it on. All of this stuff is new to me, but I have been watching videos, so semi-professional. Wink, wink. Okay. Also, I have a couple of pieces of wipies because they're supposed to be useful in oil pastel painting. I also have two different kinds of papers. it's Canson dry mixed media paper. This one is it's called sand grain. This one is in like a tan kind of color, and then this one is in a gray kind of color, and it's textured. It has some kind of like texture to it. It kind of feels like really extra fine sandpaper, so you definitely feel the sandiness to it, and I'm hoping that that gives me a good result. This tip was given to me by Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, when I was watching one of her oil pastel tutorial type of videos. I've been really into painting mushrooms lately, and I'm hoping that I can make an illustration of a mushroom in this piece. So I'm going to look up my reference and get to painting, but first we're going to swatch the colors. I think for the swatching I was gonna say I want to use this paper. Yeah. I think for the swatching and for the finished piece I might use the lighter color paper, but who knows? First things first, let's move all of the tools. Well, let's open up the actual pastels that I'm going to use. So this is how they look right out of the box. Some of them are kind of like coming out. They seem nice. We're gonna do a Christian check. And see how it goes on the skin. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to feel. It feels like rough. This feels like a harder oil pastel, but I don't know what I'm doing, so who knows if I'm right or wrong, you know? Okay, I took a brief break to search for something that I was missing because it was stated that it would be really good for oil pastels, like spreading them and whatnot. So this is linseed oil, and apparently it's good like to smooth it out and whatnot. I kind of feel like going into this, I personally want to go in a more like smooth finish instead of textured finish, but I don't know where it's gonna take me. But I even have like a little palette just in case I need to put some of the oil in a little, you know, space and use something to spread it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna fold this paper in half. All the paper if I don't have to. So I'll move this to the side. Let's have our oil pastels beside us. And we'll start with the white, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty, like, I feel like I thought they were going to be creamier. They're a little bit harder than expected. I thought they'd be like, you know, like slippery, kind of. I don't know if I'm making any sense with that, but that's what I thought they would be. And they are creamy. They're just a little harder than I thought they were gonna be. The colors are really nice though. Okay, so what I am going to do is swatch each and every one of these, and then we'll be right back. So now I'm going to take some linseed and put it in this palette here, just a little bit. I don't know how much I need, but I am going to use this silicone brush, and I'm just going to see what happens when I move it around with the oil and the silicone. Silicone. Tomato, tomato, people. Tomato, tomato. Now it's lightening it up. So that's something. I don't know if I put too much or if I should just get some on the page and then clean my, I feel like that's going to be like trial and error. Let's see what happens when I go over it. Like a learning. All right, let's blend those with the silicone brush. See how that goes. Okay. I'm just cleaning my brush off on the wipey that I have sitting over there. All right, next, let's try blending two colors together. Let's do turquoise blue, and let's do this light yellow. I just want to see how they marry. I feel like it's lifting more of the pastel than I would want. I'm gonna use my finger, hopefully a clean one, and see the difference. Okay, I'm just gonna take this wipey and just clean my finger off. I don't know if I'm a fan of the finger blending, but I mean, that's the nature of this medium, so I might not have a choice. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's see how the white goes over things. So let me get that paper out. I'll move the pastels out of the way for a bit, just so that I have space for my book. Now that the dabble is done and I've kind of like played with the oil pastels, I am taping off my paper with confidence to go in and make a piece. I am going to sketch lightly of what I want my mushroom to look like. And while I'm doing this, I'm kind of like thinking of composition, which direction I'm going to go, and that kind of stuff. So what I plan on doing is doing some kind of like abstract, really nice looking background that's going to make the mushroom pop. I kind of want to stay with the colors that are here, but you know, this is the color palettes. We should have the colors to make it happen, and I'm excited. So first, I'm excited and I'm scared. I don't know if here's my thing. I don't know if I should start in the background or if I should start in the forefront. I don't know. I want to start, like something is telling me to start with the background. I'm going to listen to instinct and hopefully it's not going to steer me wrong. I'm going to do the background, and I think I want to try the Prussian blue, the teal. I might want to do a darker green, a lighter green, and then I think I want to do a yellow, right? I'm going to start it here, and I'm going to see what I get, right? Because that's pretty much what we got. We got to do. We got to try it. And then some green, and the lighter green, right? And then marry it all with the yellow. Let's see how it looks. I like this look. I'm gonna try for something like that. Wish me luck. All right, so here we go. Before jumping in, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should see what I want the mushroom to look like too, like what colors I want to include in there. Because once I jump into the paper, am I really going to stop to check and kind of like swatch? Probably not. So I pulled out the swatch sheet again, tried out a couple of things with some colors and moved things around, used my finger, used the silicone paintbrush, used the linseed oil, and I think I came to like some kind of like this is the direction I want to go in. So I first started out with that deep dark blue. I think it was Prussian blue. And then I moved to the green and then the turquoise. And basically exactly how I did it in the swatch sheet, but in a larger scale. Now, I don't know if it was the oil pastels that I'm using or if it's just oil pastels in general, but if you see the little flakes on top of the page, it was kind of annoying. And it wouldn't have been so annoying if it didn't just turn into like muck and it turned into like something that I can actually use. But it was like little mucky pieces that I had to pick off every now and again. I'm hoping, well, basically what this has done, this has made me want to go further in to, further down the rabbit hole of oil pastels and to see if maybe if I have a different kind of oil pastel, if it works different. You know what I mean? These are definitely hard on the harder side, and it was a little difficult to blend and to work with, but also I'm new to this, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. And then I moved on to the actual mushroom, and I put the little mushroom dots, I guess, if whatever you want to call it. I put them in first, and while I was continuing to color the mushroom, I kind of felt like I messed up by doing that because I had to go around and it was getting blendy and blurry. But what I realized soon enough was that was probably the best thing for me to do because I tried to put some more texture on top and it just didn't give that same look, that same effect. It looked like it was basically misplaced. Um, my finger was definitely the better thing to use for the blending. So I guess what I recommend is paper towel, wipes, just something to clean your hands every now and again so that you don't ruin your piece with dirty fingers, which is going to happen. I don't think I have to say that this is a messy medium, and it was kind of difficult to wrap my hands around just how dirty it was getting. Also, I did try to use the palette knife to smooth things out and to bring things a little bit more up, and one of the YouTube artists that I've watched do art, he kind of like does a little scratchy scratch kind of thing to bring out the underneath of a piece. It didn't really work for me, but I definitely didn't do it the way he does it. So probably need to fix that. On that little corner on the right, I actually put some linseed oil and I just wanted to see how it blended with the paper. I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I would use going forward just because of the finish that it gives a piece. I guess depending on if I want the piece to look like that or not, I'll do it going forward. But I think just using my finger and blending everything in is probably the best for me. Definitely was the best for this piece. I like the way the piece came out. I was very happy with the way I was able to get colors. And also, I've watched people using pencils on oil pastels, but I was still very skeptical on if it was actually going to work. I'm like, there's no way. But it did. It came out great. I lost footage here and I was not able to show my last bit of what I was doing, but I do have an end result. I think that going forward, I might want to try my hand in softer pastels just to see if I can get better results. Not trying so hard, like to blend everything together, because that's what I found going like while I was doing this piece, like making these blends on the outside. And I put a lot of oil pastel. Well, I felt like I put a lot. I'm not sure because this is like my first time, so I don't know. But I felt like I put a lot of pigment on the paper, and I felt like it should have spread more, but it didn't. But I still like the end result and the way it looks. It looks like it's like, like I don't know, it just looks so cool and magical. It's like a magical mushroom from a video game or something like that. I'm curious to see if you have any information for me, like moving forward with oil pastels, things that I can do, things that I could have done better, um, tips maybe for like the little pieces that end up on my desk, anything, any tips that you can give me, that'd be great. Put it in the comments and I will talk to you there. Peace and love.